and some things you're better off not being able to do. The entire town smelled like a rotting open drain and was reviled even for some. The people who ended up there were largely those who couldn't be accommodated in a prison, those who had been driven out of the cities, or children who had been abandoned there like yesterday's garbage. I did whatever I had to do in order to survive and to live to see another day. Picking pockets at every opportunity was a habit I picked up from a very young age. Anything that caught my eye, I took. But even then, I didn't end up with enough to live on. There were always men who made their living by taking from other people like me. The surest way to make money was stealing from the safes of the rich when they were out of their mansions. The residential area were full of wealthy people on the other side of the river, accessible through an underground sewer, was a perfect target for this. Every time I felt hungry, I sneaked inside one of the mansions and made use of the skills I felt like I'd known since the day I was born. The most important thing to remember when doing this was not to take everything in one go. Instead, the key was to take only a small amount each time, enough to get by, but not enough for the mansion's owner to notice anything was gone. With a simple piece of wire, I had access to enough mirror to live for a couple more weeks. Before I knew it, I was doing it every day, building up a stockpile of money instead of simply taking what I needed in the short term. And boy, I paid the price for it. I had it all taken from me by the men of the slums and ended up being kicked and stomped on until I coughed up blood. Everyone did what they did, or they said they did as much anyway, so that they could keep living on. Oof. Always pretending to be desperate as an excuse to live by any means, but always taking the easiest road they could find. The town I lived in was devoid of energy, but full of filthy humans like them, and like me. Again and again I thought about giving it up. Again and again I said to myself that I wanted to stop, but I couldn't do it. I hated myself for what I was doing. I hated the fact that I couldn't stop. It was because I didn't want to return to that life that I ended up becoming a bracer. Because if I didn't, I was scared I would end up right back where I was. The troop had saved me from that place and had made me into a respectable human being. But when I lost them, I was afraid. One thought stood out above all the rest. No matter how much I tried to forget, no matter how used to I became to my new life, no matter how much I tried to deny it, I was yesterday's garbage from the slums, and nothing I could do would change that. And that's it, really. One day, I'm sure I'll end up returning there. That's why I need to be strong, to stay strong. What job I do doesn't even matter. Anything I could pour my heart into that'll let me live an honest life is fine. Anything that keeps my mind off the past. Anything that lets me keep the ugliness in my heart at bay. If it makes me strong without relying on others, then it's fine. It's fine. I need to be strong, stronger than anyone, stronger than anyone. But am I? Am I really doing all right in my new life? Am I really getting stronger? Am I, Lucy? Miss Scheherazade? Are you all right? You're looking very gloomy all of a sudden. It's nothing. I'm fine. As soon as I finish this job, Kurt will give me the last recommendation I need. I can finally become a real bracer. At Level 10? Wow. Then no one will be able to tell me I'm not strong. I won't let them. I will be strong. Anyway, we're leaving. Wait a second. Miss Scheherazade. As soon as I finish this job. I have forgotten to save all this time. Chloe was level 10 too. I just realized. Alright, well, I could go that way, but right now I want to continue exploring. Because I know where that... Alright, let's see. Anything over here? A chest. A tear bomb. So I heard you like chests, you pervert. Alright, let's start getting into the other rooms. By other rooms, I mean this one. Do you take joy in yanking out others' insides? I don't know how to answer that one. I feel like a Mortal Kombat enthusiast would say yes. But as someone who doesn't play Mortal Kombat. Oh great, now I have the entire east side to explore. Great. Or west. If you wanted that badly, you could have asked. So, who refilled these chests after Schera took them? Nothing. Doing good. Sorry, but the legendary item drop is another chest. Alright, we're good. Kind of crazy how they, like, just flat out don't have monsters in some areas. Oh, that's it, huh? Alright. Guess it's locked. I know it is. Just shut up. You'll break my concentration. Oh, my bad. Hopefully they weren't waiting for us on the other side. We're finally back on the surface. It's evening, too. That took longer than I thought it would. We should hurry. Of course. Are you alright, though? What? You look kind of pale. Are you feeling tired? Maybe we should rest a little before moving on. I'm fine. I've had enough training to handle this level of physical activity, thank you very much. Don't underestimate the stamina of a bracer. I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. Wait, what the hell? She was never more than a few steps behind me at a given moment. How is she still fine? She never seemed out of breath, even when we were being chased by those guys. Come to think of it, I feel like there were a few times when she was even ahead of me. What is up with this girl? Is this, like, nothing to her? Are you absolutely sure you don't need to rest? I do have a few snacks on me. Would you like me to share some? I'm okay. I'm definitely fine. Right now we need to focus on getting to the guild so we can hide out there. Food breaks can wait. We might have run into a lot of trouble on the way, but the request was to show her around the capital. I've done that. Now all I need to do is get back to the guild, and this request is done. I win. Come on, get a move on. I still feel like it would be a good idea to rest at least a little, though. Are you certain you're alright? How many times do I need to repeat myself before you get the message? To hell with all that. To hell with it all. Hide. I was up all night working on that damn story. All night. Who the hell does, Noticia think she is? The better the scoop, the hotter it needs to be caught. Does she think I don't know that? Ugh. What do you think he's talking about? I've got no more idea than you do. Maybe he's using some kind of code like those men from earlier. He couldn't be one of them, could he? Do you think he could? Damn it all! I can't be sure. Just look at his eyes, though. He doesn't look like a man who makes an honest living to me. I can see what you mean. We've come this far. There's no way I'm letting us get caught now. We need to proceed carefully and deliberately. Let's see if we can find another route. If I remember correctly, that house over there is empty. This way, follow me. For Idios' sake. Oh. Wait, he works at the villa now, doesn't he? Just my luck. That's ages away. Oh yeah, I need to go and get that damn camera back. I swear, this job is bad for my blood pressure. Wow, don't this look like a shop? Come on! Why are there still so many of them going around? How can we get to the guild like this? I think we're going to have to spend the rest of the night here, unfortunately. It won't need to come to that. I think I can find a good opening. We can force our way through. It's just a case of finding one. I don't think that's a good idea. We need to be careful and rest while we can. As logical as that sounds, I'm not buying it's her real reason. Get a grip, Schera. I can't let my emotions get the better of me. There's no guarantee we're even safe here, you know. I still think the safest option in the long run is to get to the guild, no matter what we have to do to get there. Hey, where do you think you're going? I think the second floor is a better place to rest than the first. We'll find it easier to escape from here than we would from below. This should be a good spot. Wait one damn minute. This is your safety we're talking about here. You could stand to listen to me. Those men will be patrolling carefully for the rest of the night. They aren't going to give you the opening you want, or at least I don't believe they will. One sec. We've made it this far, so I think it would be best for us to rest tonight and resume trying tomorrow, don't you? Trying to do what? Pardon? You're still hiding something, aren't you? For one thing, you're awfully familiar with the city for someone who claims it's her first time here. You also seem to know a lot about those men and what they will and won't do too. What exactly are you really after? It's plain as day at this point that you want more than just not to be caught by them. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have asked to be shown around the capital. Not that I think that's what you want either. What's your real goal? Well, no answer. The work we do is based around trust. We can't accept requests from people who won't tell us what they're up to, or who knows what kind of crimes we could be abetting. Go on, the whole thing about that inheritance was all a big fat lie, wasn't it? Something about you'd been setting off alarms since we started running around together. Strike that, since you first came to the guild. Why did you lie to me? The story about the inheritance is true, I swear it. I want to go to Cransell Castle. I really am the one to whom my grandfather gave his fortune. But I haven't finished the necessary procedures to truly inherit it yet. Until I complete the required paperwork in Cransell Castle's administrative room, I'm not legally allowed anything. And that's why there are so many of those men in black around that area. All of my relatives know exactly what I need to do, you see, so they're trying to make sure I can't do it. Still, if I don't keep trying to move forward, What a mess. Well, okay, for argument's sake, let's assume that I believe all of what you just said. Why am I only hearing about it now? That is... You thought I'd want in on that money, didn't you? If I did and I knew everything, I'd have all the opportunities a greedy girl could dream of to take it when together with you. That's why you thought I'd do, isn't it? I'd play along and then steal it all for myself the second a chance presented itself. Do I look like that much of a scumbag to you? No, you don't. That's not it at all. After I lost grandfather, I lived on my own. But the second his will became public, I had crowds of people descending upon me. People who, like you said, were interested only in claiming his fortune for themselves. They all started to live in mine and grandfather's house. Before I knew it, my once peaceful life was shattered. One day, someone would push me down the stairs. Another, I'd taste something funny in my food. These kinds of things began happening on a regular basis. Legally, they were my relatives while I was a minor, so there was very little I could do. I tried reasoning with them at first, but in the end, I had no choice but to leave home myself. I wandered the highways alone, going from place to place and trying not to be discovered. But I knew that one day I could hopefully avoid being caught that way. I'd eventually just be declared as a missing and presumed dead. Besides, after I'd left once, even if I did go back home, I knew I'd promptly be locked up somewhere and reported as still missing regardless. Grandfather's will would be declared as invalid in time, and my relatives would blissfully share their newly bequeathed wealth between them. I hated the thought of that happening. That was why I decided to return here to the capital. Even if it's the last thing I do, I will formally inherit what he wanted me to. That was why I decided to try and get an escort from someone I could trust. So it's not that I don't think I can trust you, not at all. And, I will admit that wanting to explore the capital was a lie. I'm sorry for deceiving you. You're a grade A moron. I'm sorry. You could have said all of this from the beginning and saved us a lot of headache. If I'd known what you were trying to do, I would have been able to formally escort you where you want to go. And the guild would have been the safest place for you to hide out too. We wouldn't have ended up in this dump instead. I suppose you're right. I was just scared. I'll never be able to forget what I saw that day. What I saw in the eyes of everyone who gathered to hear that will read. The horror I felt when I saw it. Madness, insanity, cold, murderous light. Emotions that no one can explain, that no one can put into words. It was invisible for long before they managed to push it back below the surface and out of sight. But it was still there. Because now, I believe that's something that all of us possess naturally. Human beings are capable of limitless cruelty, every one of us. And that realization left me terrified of us all. It's not that I don't trust bracers. It's just that I've been so scared. I'm so sorry. I know I shouldn't have wasted your time with any of this. I should never have gotten you caught up in all of this when you were busy enough already. Just forget that Huh?
I didn't read Schera's thing. I didn't see it.
It's my policy to give 100% to all work I undertake. Don't underestimate me. I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. I've wanted to be strong and to live with my head held high. I still believe I was right to feel that way, and yes, I've lived my hardest until now. But you've made me notice that there's something wrong with my attitude. I'm not going about it the right way. And it's made me realize anew that I want to be able to keep living with pride in my every step. So no more saying sorry, okay? I want to see this job through to the end. So, where was it in Gransel Castle that you need to go again? The administrative room. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is noon. Noon? Noon today? That barely leaves us any time at all. Why are you only telling me this now? It has to be filled within a month of the deceased passing away. That's the law here in Liberal, apparently. Oh, right. I never was much good at this legal stuff. I bet Kurt knows it all by heart, though. He did seem like the type who might. Let's get going. We don't have any time to waste. As long as we do as we discussed earlier, we should be able to handle this. We're getting inside the castle, and they're not going to stop us. Miss Scherazard? I am really glad that you were the one who undertook my request. The more time I spend with you, the more I realize you're really someone dependable, who relies on their own strength to live. You're blowing my merits out of proportion, I think. Also, can we stop with the Miss Scherazard now? The way you say it, it just makes my name sound ridiculously long. Does it? It does. It feels like our conversations take twice as long as they should because of it. Well, if you insist. And now you know all there is to know about what I want to do. So I would like to formally request again that you escort me to Gransel Castle. You got it. You'll get there, I promise you that.
Back to the sewers. Oh. I thought we were going to... Well, I guess no one really knows about that. Alright, let's make a quick save. Let's try and finish this.
Wow, your clothes are so black. They're really cute.
Who the hell are you? You're in our way. Get lost. Shoo.
You're both dressed the same too. Is that your uniform?
Who is this kid? Ugh, my head. I must have had way too much to drink. I feel like I'm forgetting something important too. Nope, can't remember. I guess it can't have been anything too important.
Can I take a photo of you?
Like hell you can. Get out of our sight. We can't leave our posts. Consider yourself lucky, kiddo. We'll let you leave this time. So go play somewhere else. I knew you'd come eventually. Today's her last chance, after all. Aw, kitty. You're kidding me. A cat? No, wait a sec. There might be something else inside. Don't let your guard down. I know. There they are.
Too late.
Let's take care of one of you before you get the chance. Gun.
Someone's been naughty.
Why are you going towards them? Gotcha. You can't hit the silver streak. Oh, come on. Ow. There we go.
Oh, are we done already?
This isn't good.
Now's our chance, Aina. Alright. Oh, there are more of them? No.
Oh, great. Nice of you to finally show yourselves. What's the holdup? Why haven't you made an example out of them yet? Our client's waiting. Get a move on. Help. You're really gonna regret messing with us, kids. I hope you don't expect to just be able to walk away after showing yourselves. First, I'm gonna kill you. The other young lady can live a while longer. She's still useful. As long as we can get her to write her own will, it'll save us having to forge one later.
You really think this will be that simple?
Huh. If you think saying that is going to unnerve us, you've got another thing coming.
Aina, you can still run, right? Yes. It'll take all of these guys, I'll take all these guys myself. While I'm doing that, you run. What? You can't take this many opponents on yourself and you have any chance of winning? You'll...
Not going to beg for mercy, I take it.
You've got something you need to do, so do I. So let's just do them. Don't worry about me, as if I have any intention of dying here.
What are you even talking about? Damn you. You seem to be having a little trouble over there, Scherazard.
What?
Who the hell are you?
Kurt? What are you doing here?
Have you forgotten that I'm affiliated with the Grancel branch of the guild? I see nothing odd about my presence here.
Well, I know, but...
I'm happy that you seem to have realized exactly what it is you must do. But I can't say I'm as pleased about how willing you appear to be to throw your life away without first explaining other options.
I'm sorry.
Can't entirely fault your decision from the perspective of a bracer, but I would like you to give a little more attention to your surroundings. I'm well aware that you seem staunchly opposed to relying on others, but take a good look at the situation you're currently in. Tell me exactly what it is that you should really be doing.
Kurt, can you take care of things here for me?
Certainly.
Go!
Summon lightning!
Rise, storm, from the space between sky and sea!
Can't make the rest of them faint. They're getting away. Half of us should be enough to take care of this guy. Everyone else... Sorry for the delay, Kurt. Not at all. I've largely taken care of them as it is. You sure do work fast. Though I'm more surprised to see the obstinate young lady finally came to her senses. When she was with the Zeiss branch, she was much more like a wild boar, always charging forward without stopping to take a look around her. I've always known she has what it takes to be an excellent bracer. She'd merely lost sight of something important and needed to be put back on track. Given the opportunity, she was always perfectly capable of doing so. She'll be able to get much stronger than she is now that she righted herself. I'm sure of that. Ah, to be young again. Quit acting like we're not even here. Kill them both. They're sure taking their time. The hell are they even doing? No, there's no need to be so hasty. Capturing her isn't even necessary to the plan as far as I'm concerned. As soon as the noon bell chimes. True as that may be. Sure, that would invalidate the will and ensure she doesn't get all the money. But it also means you have to share with everyone else. Which means our share will end up going down. Kind of like to avoid that if we can. Don't you worry, we've got plenty of options. Remember, you're only dealing with a single young girl.
Uncle? Why?
Oh dear, what are you doing here, Aina? I keep telling you how dangerous it is to go venturing outside. And alone at that.
You blind old man. She isn't here alone.
Oh, I can see you getting in my way.
Ugh, it's like they don't even care if they kill Aina in the process.
That wasn't a very good shot. I take it marksmanship isn't exactly your forte. Sorry, sir.
Scherazard, what is it? Let's just force our way through here. We don't have time to mess around. Got it.
It's time to come along home, Aina. Everyone's waiting for you, you know. Sylvan Whip. running away, cowardly old man? Alright, one sec. Sorry about that. Self and whip again. Oh no. If I can just get to my turn. Oh no, I'm blinded. Crap, self and whip. Finish them. I got 2. Don't you wander off. You're going down. What is the meaning of this? I paid good Mira to hire them, and this is the quality of service I receive? This has to be a breach of contract, surely. This isn't acceptable at all. I can barely bring myself to watch. I think it's time you took a little nap yourself. What are you doing? Is that all you're capable of? Reckless violence? What a poor upbringing you must have had. Uncle? I've got no interest in inheriting grandfather's land or his money. That's not why I've been running away from you or doing any of what I've done. But much as I don't need it, I know I don't want you to have a single mirror of it either. I'm so sorry. Oh. Damn, that's gonna hurt in the morning. I sometimes really find myself doubting you're actually from a rich family like you say you are. How awful of you to say such a thing. I'd like to believe I act the part more than you at least. What are you doing? Oh. What in Idios' name happened out here? You there, throw down your weapons at once. I'm from the Bracer Guild. What, the guild? Sherazard showed the soldiers her junior bracer badge. So you are... Still, what's a bracer doing here? Her Majesty may recognize the guild, but that doesn't make it all right for you to cause a commotion right outside the castle. I had reason to believe that these people were responsible for numerous criminal acts within the capital. I knocked them out for the sake of peace and order in Gransel, and the safety of its people. So could you do me a favor and arrest them? I haven't covered that part yet. Well, very well. Ordinarily, we'd be taking you away with us as well, but I'll let you off this time. You know what to do? Right. Still, well, you may have gone away without punishment this time. Don't expect to be so lucky next time you try to overreach your authority. Protecting the capital is our job. We'll show no mercy to anyone who causes trouble, bracer or otherwise. Oh, it is? Cool. Can I ask another favor then? There's a bunch of their friends still in the city. You, couldn't take care of those, could you? Of course, last I saw, Kurt was with them, so you probably won't have to lift a finger there either. Ugh. You two, follow me. Sir. I'll never get used to dealing with the army. What? Oh, I was just impressed by how much authority the Bracer badge wields. You were kind of cool. That was the first time I've tried using my badge like that, I'll have you know. But never mind my badge now, we're running out of time. We need to hurry. Right. We're finally here.
I can't believe a girl like you could actually keep up with me running full throttle. Anyway, get that paperwork done quickly. I'll be watching from here. Okay, I'll be as quick as I can then.
Aina put her signature on the necessary paperwork.
I'm really happy for you, Aina. Congratulations. Scherazard? It looks like I need a witness to sign this. A witness? You wouldn't be willing, would you? Sure. If you're okay with me doing it. Of course I am, silly. In fact, I want it to be you. Then I'd be happy to.
Oh, friendships are born.
I never thought the day would come when I would be called a witness for something like this. Or that the day would come when I'd be able to proudly say I was a senior bracer. Or that I would be able to feel overwhelmed with pride over something in the first place.
The undersigned Aina Holden shall hereby inherit the property of Sal John Holden, as outlined in his last will and testament. Witness Scherazard Harvey.
Thank you, Scherazard. It's finally over. That's this request wrapped up, right? Actually, no. There's one more thing I need to do. We're still not done? Could you possibly bring me an application form? I'd like to make a donation to Her Majesty's Welfare Foundation.
Cool. Charity. And not a single one of those grubby fuckers get it. Sweet. Oh god, this is where it happens, huh?
I still can't believe you gave all of them of that money away. Okay, maybe you don't need all of it, but you'll still need some to live, right? I suppose you're right. What I did was a little strange, but I made up my mind to do this from the very beginning as a matter of principle. When I said I didn't do any of this for the money, I meant it. Still, congratulations on becoming a senior bracer. I'm not sure what the difference between a senior and junior bracer is, but it's clear that this is something you really worked for. It means a lot. I have a lot more authority, but I've got a lot more responsibility to go with it. It also means I get a nice new badge. I wasn't ever interested in that personally. Oh, really? Yup.
I'm relieved to hear that. Kurt. I see you're finally beginning to understand the necessary mindset to be a bracer, Scherazard.
Crap, it's Kurt. This might look like alcohol to you, but it's actually water.
As today is admittedly a cause for celebration, I will turn a blind eye to your drinking tonight. Just don't go drinking so much that it interferes with your ability to do your job.
Fine. What is it?
As you're fully aware, Scherazard, you are now a senior bracer, which means you must behave with more responsibility. That means I expect to see an end to your drinking in every free moment between jobs, day or night. sneaking out at night for it too. I also expect to no longer discover that you've been taking advantage of the busiest time in my schedule to behave like a drunken lunatic.
Is that really what you usually do, Scheherazade? You sound like a tried and true troublemaker. Don't say anything.
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
There's no need for the sir, of course. We're both senior bracers now, which means we're both on equal standing. Why, I'm hardly even a veteran. I'm still very much a rookie.
Are you now? Says who?
Regardless, this isn't what what I'm here to discuss. The matter I came for concerns your uncle, Aina. I came to make you aware that the fact that the Bracer Guild is capable of asking for leniency in his punishment. Hiring a Jaeger Corps for personal use carries a very grave punishment, you see.
A Jaeger Corps? Are you referring to those men dressed in black?
Yes, they're one of the many corps that are known to be active here in Liberal. Recently, there have been many such corps making their way to the country, and they've been successful in finding work too. Oh geez. Hiring them is, of course, very illegal, but with the army as slow to act as they currently are, I've taken this chance to take care of them, though, so we shouldn't see any sign of any in the near future.
Take care of them, all of them? Now it makes sense. So it wasn't a coincidence that he showed up when he did. He's been investigating all of the Jaeger Corps and Liberals so that he could start an operation to wipe them all out? No wonder he seemed so swamped.
The Jaegers in the country have been targeting wealthy individuals in hopes of getting them to sign contracts. There have been countless cases like this. There have been countless cases like this all around the country of late, with civilians getting caught up in it at a worrying frequency. I'm sorry for my inability to read.
Goodness.
I believe the case we're dealing with here was no exception, in that it was Jaegers who came to your uncle rather than the other way around. It's hard to believe, it's hard to feel too much sympathy under these circumstances, but in a sense, your uncle was a victim in all of this as well.
What? What are you trying to pull? Just because the Jaegers approached him and not the other way around, he's a victim? That he deserves to get off with a slap on the wrist? And Aina's supposed to be okay with that? He tried to kill her.
Schera, please calm down. There's no need to shout.
I'm sorry, but still.
No one is saying he doesn't deserve to be punished for his actions. All I'm here to say is that if, and only if Aina wishes, the guild is able to request leniency in his sentencing. That is all.
Oh. Ooh, you scared me for a minute.
You needn't make your decision immediately. Questioning him will take roughly a week as it is, based on what I've heard. You bear no responsibility to even make any choice at all, so please don't feel as though you have to think long and hard about this. Just please be aware that the possibility to forgive him exists. That is all.
All right.
Incidentally, should you ever find yourself in need of assistance with anything in the future, the Bracer Guild is always available to aid you. We're certainly not omnipotent or infallible, but we'll at least strive to do what we can to aid those who want our help.
Thank you. I'm really sorry for not telling you the whole story from the start, too.
Please don't be. With the situation you are in, your reluctance is quite understandable. Furthermore, one who is worthy of being a fully fledged bracer should be able to tell roughly what a client wants just from looking at them. They should also not, under any circumstances, try to chase away a potential client in genuine need.
Ouch. I've still got a long way to go then, huh?
Certainly, but don't we all? Alright, I've said what I came to say, so I'll be excusing myself now.
Aw, really? You could stand to join us for one drink.
I'm afraid not. I still have my duties as a guild receptionist remaining after all. As for you, Schera, be careful you don't have too much water.
Crud, why's he always gotta be so serious? Oh, actually, how about you, Aina? Can you handle your liquor? If you can, you should join me for a few drinks. Well, alright then. You're sure? Really, really sure? Of course, you've done so much for me, how could I refuse? Joining you for a few drinks is the least I can do. Then let's get to boozing. Tonight's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see what a prim and proper girl like her looks like when she's drunk out of her mind. This is going to be awesome. Well, cheers. I'd seen girls just like her on the other side of the river. Silky blonde hair, beautiful blue eyes, smooth skin. The blessed, blissful children on the other side, dressed like royalty and smiling like angels. Seeing them, I asked myself the same question over and over again. Why aren't I on that side? I envied them. I hated them. I both longed to be one of them and rejected their very existence. I knew the answer to my question from the very beginning. I despaired in myself. I always tried to avoid others getting too close, believing that to be what I needed to do in order to live. But I could never completely get rid of the tiny lingering hope deep within my heart. That eventually, no matter how long it took, the day would finally come when I could smile from the heart. That the day would come when I would finally be able to accept and forgive myself for how I was. The next day, Aina visited the Bracer Guild and registered her desire for her uncle to be shown leniency in his sentencing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to accompany her, having been drunk under the table by her the night before.
Oh, we're finished. Heaven's Eye, 4,000 Mira. Oh. Almost 5 hours that session. These sessions are getting long. Not as long as SC, but seriously. Alright, but that's going to do it for this session of Trails in the Sky, second chapter. When we meet back up, we're going back to Leilosel and head on over to the fortress to see if we can get either a stout or a gate. See you guys then.